Earl Harper on green for Saudi Arabia. We got the G on red for United States Team 4. We got Gustavo Dan on yellow for South Africa. We got Talikal on blue for Bosnia and Herzegovina. We got General High on Scotland, or on white for Team Scotland, and then we got Finnish Joke on purple for Team Northeastern Europe. All right, and what you're hearing in the background is Marin finishing the 70% run. Ooh, doesn't have the 70% run. Failed it on time. All right, let's lock in on this game though, folks. So welcome in everybody. This is Group 5, Game 1 for Group 5. We see Earl gets first in turn order, immediately takes the +2 up in the top left. We got General High, second in turn order, grabs the +1 in the top left, knocks blue out of there. I think green was hoping to pick that up, immediately says GG's. Now we got Gustavo Dan. Gustavo Dan gifted the +4 on turn 1 with some amazing guards he's got there and can portal over from the stable portal with a 6. But instead of taking his +4 gift, breaks the 2 players that went before him. Does he 3v1 for his own bonus? Yeah, General High not happy about that decision. Yellow gifted by the spawn gods a +4 and decides to break white's +1 and green's +2 instead. All right, so we know we have a bad neighbor player in this game. So how do we progress from here? Now that Finnish Joke knows that, what is he going to do? Does he bother to take a bonus? Looks like, yeah, he's not really thinking about lining one up. Going to kill guard blue in Italia. All right, let me close this out right quick. All right, the G looking at his potential bonuses, but probably also not super keen on taking one with yellow breaking stuff. It's going to be that kind of game, ready for some violence. I hope South Africa makes it to the quarters so bad. Wait, who broke who? Yellow broke white and green instead of taking their +4. RSA broke KSA and Scotland in the noob corner. Yep. Instead of hitting a 1 for a +4 bonus. Yeah. And he would have been able to guard every territory on 3s. So the G smacks Finnish Joke's 3 out of there to take a +4. Not realizing that yellow has pretty easy break lines on that bonus. Risky move here by the G. Yeah. No chance he holds it. I don't think he does. If yellow's not taking his own +4, why would he let red hold one? 100% holds guaranteed. Talikal not going to take a bonus. Doesn't really have anything lined up anyway. Probably not complaining at all that this is looking like a non-bonus game. Green asking blue to move out. Going to see if he can grab a different bonus. All right, what does Scotland do here? Still not out of this yet. Scotland was spamming GG's earlier. But with no one really on bonus, except for red, who will potentially get broken. Alright, so we see Scotland retake and delete some yellow troops with a successful 3v1 and a successful 2v1. Spamming the angry face. Not something you want to do when that player goes next. Alright, how does yellow respond here? They seem to have deputized themselves as the board police. Yellow decides to card skip instead of breaking the G, or instead of breaking Scotland, or instead of taking their own +4. White's going to murder yellow. Opening the 6 was maybe not the move. Yeah, card skipping is bold. Hey, Junko Pop. I am here. Yeah, welcome in, man. Or woman. Welcome in either way. Alright, Finnish Joke. Was thinking that this was going to be a no-bonus game, but the G's risk pays off in spades, getting an extra 4 troops on his 5 opponents here. It's just Junko? Okay. The ooh pop is silent. Gotcha. Told you, 100% hold guaranteed. Yeah, he's too good. He's too much of a G to get broken. Alright, now, can he turn this early troop lead into a W? Yellow team card skips for second game today. Oh, yeah, that's true. Sweden had a card skip on yellow a couple groups ago. All right, Talical could potentially end up with the Spain +4 on the left side of the board. I don't think he can quite get it this turn, though. Meanwhile, Earl is hoping that Blue gets out of his bonus. Ooh, Blue wants the +3, gets amazing dice, doesn't lose a single troop, rolling a 4v2 and a 3v1. Holy smokes. Well played from Talical. All seriousness, I really like how G played the first two turns. Yeah. He did, I mean, he got what he needed, that's for sure. All right, Earl going to take his +4. All right, Scotland able to hang on to their +1. Doesn't really have lines on any of the other bonuses. Going to try to upgrade to a +5. Does Scotland start that upgrade? Ooh, signaling to finish to please leave the +2. And 3v1's a red territory. Finnish agrees to what Scotland's proposing. Ooh, but Scotland doesn't fortify the 2 out of the way. Alright, does Yellow take a card this turn? Yellow takes a card and their +2. Steals the +2 that Green took. Why do we have him? Why do we have who? What team are you on, Junko? I love it. Yep, and he's going to guard the +2 with a couple 7s. Frog, how do you think? Essay? Ooh, purple gonna start moving into the +4 that yellow basically spawned with. But it seems like yellow's willing to play good neighbor this game. Now that he's gotten his turn 1 breaks out of the way. SA or ZA if you prefer. Zuid is South in Africa. Oh, okay, I did not know that. South Africa, yes. Gustavo is single-handedly card skipping, just throwing the match. Well, you don't have to be in here, Junko. You could be in VC with Gustavo. Actually, it doesn't look like Gustavo's in VC, so maybe not. But yeah, teammates are allowed to VC with each other. He isn't in VC. Yeah. You got to get that kind of thing sorted out before the game. How can I help? Yeah, players are allowed to assist their teammates in VC, but you have to be in your country's VC inside of the Discord lobby. All right? IDK man, last team to card skip 1. Yeah, that is true. That is true. The yellow player from Sweden won in group, what was it? Group 3, I think, or group 2. I know I assist Midas, but Gustavo didn't join VC for the last 2 games he played. It's possible that he's just not aware that he needs to join VC. Oh wow, we see an early trade on 3 from Scotland, from General High here. Group 2? Okay, that was the first game of the day. Early trade to get the +5. Doesn't get the best dice, but still bags the bonus. And then moves out for Finnish to take the +2. Yeah, very brave take. Scotland on +6. Um, yeah, purple doesn't take France for some reason. I think purple doesn't trust yellow as a neighbor, which, based off their first turn is a little understandable. Let's go G. We got USA cheers for USA 4. Well, either way, yellow could have taken that easy. Yeah, yellow spawned with basically all of France. And then decided not to take the +4 on turn 1. They were gifted a +4 on turn 1 and said, no, I think I'll just break instead. By the way, I watched the Pro Games earlier. Poor G had the sweep if the settings trader wasn't so cruel and made the settings 60 seconds. If we win again, can we get 2 extra teams next year? I think the answer, I think it depends on which team wins, right? The scheduler won't allow it. I will silently die. USA 5 has a ring to it. honestly, just make Canada 1 and 2, USA 5 and 6. Eventually we'll get to USA 69. Oof. Gustavo needs to get a kill and win. Yep. He's got one of his 9s locked, though, and the other 9 can only go in one direction. And then aside from that, he's only one territory. But Scotland was able to hold their +5. They're on a total of +6 troop generation. So they're setting early gambit. Seems to have paid off. Scotland's allowing themselves to be broken on the +1 from the portal or by yellow. You think you'll win? I mean, yeah, I would like to. He needs the green kill. Why does yellow need to kill green specifically? Alright. G, with a nice troop lead here, has had an uninterrupted +4 pretty much the entire game. Well, he needs any kill, because we need the bounty points. Yep. Fair enough. We'll find out what happens. That's right. A bounty is only worth 3 points. That's true. Only one extra skip, and then South Africa's on track to kill Saudi Arabia. Nobody in VC for the G. Yeah. Yeah, where's Tanner and who else is on that team? Hezi? Yeah, where's Tanner and Hezi at? Tactical decides to break Scotland's +1, and Scotland says, well played. Didn't want that bonus anyway. Who's the alt? Which team is Jolie's alt for? I don't know. That's a USA question. Tanner needs to get off his Talek should have kept that position. Why remove it? Oh, just stay up there? Yeah, I don't know. I think he's worried that the 12 just hits him. Okay, green sets in and takes a second +4. A very bold move from green. Green going to try to sit on +8. Scotland says, well, if you're going to sit on +8, give me my +6 back. Jolie's an ult? I thought they were a starter. I thought so. Jolie's my ult, yeah. Marin and Jolie are the same person. Okay. I did not know that Jolie was your alt account, Marin. Alright. So green took the 6 trade, yellow card skipped, so that means purple gets the 8 trade. The other 3 games were very calm and calculated. This one is their drunk uncle. Yeah. Scotland or South Africa has made this very entertaining. Honestly, Scotland has too. Which team is Jolie alt for? Alright, Finish says, I guess I will also be on +6. Tactical's laughing at how much of a bonus game this is turning into. Alright, G gonna keep his wild card instead of taking the +2. That's probably a good choice. Yellow has almost no exterior positions. They only have 4 exterior troops of their 30 total troop count. Jolie is alt for USA 3. Okay. All right, Talical going to take the 12 set. And G has a set on 3 thanks to his wild card. Uh, Hayden's in the Discord chat of her lobby group saying that she drew the Scotland card. She seems pretty happy about that. General High Hayden is the Scotland player, so has the Scotland +2. It sounds like. All right, so the next trade is worth 15 because Gustavo has not traded yet. Does Yellow think they have a kill? They don't. They certainly don't have the run. Hayden wanted to face me and or Midas, but we are both on Saturday. Gotcha. Ooh, green removes a yellow position. Yellow is now down to 2 exterior positions. And one of them is kind of non. It's right next to their main spot. You have to beat Trunk in a couple hours, I'm guessing. You're guessing you have to beat him, or you're guessing that that Trunk is the one playing? I'm hoping for Arco in this bonus heavy game. Yep. I guess we'll find out. Though with Arco's luck, you don't. I don't know if you want to play against whatever God spawn he gets. Gustavo sets for the 15. Are you sure it's not going to be Zango? It could be Zango. It probably won't be. Yeah, he's on a different team and he played an hour ago. He played in the group before this one. Okay, we do see yellow break purple for a card. Right before purple was about to hold that too. Alright. Purple backing off their portal. If it's a bonus game I want Arco, he'll be pro bonus holding. I think everyone's gonna be. I think you'll be forced to be pro bonus holding in this game. There's not a good way to keep players to keep everyone like. You need like at least 3 players saying this, insisting that it's not a no bonus game. Zango just wins. Yep. G gonna hold his set most likely. So, this is 70% progressive on the Roman Empire Advanced map. Players need 44 territories in order to bag the 15 points that come with the 70% victory here. 44 territories is 70% of the board. That's all but 18 of the 62 territories on the Roman Empire Advanced map. Alright, the G looks like he could be lining up a run next turn. Or lining up the blue... Actually, no, G doesn't really have the blue kill. Yeah, the blue kill's a little bit too expensive for the G to take. But we'll see how many people set. If enough people set, he could maybe attempt it. And if he really wants to... Actually, yeah, he was fortunate with his cards there. He doesn't need to set with the wild card. Hey, little fella. We see the 20 trade. We see the 20 trade come out from Earl. Hey, you. Can you sit here and talk with Daddy, please? Here, look. Whose turn is it? Green's turn. Good job. Ooh, green removes a purple territory. Is green going for the run here?
10.
Looks like green is going for the run.
Green is going to follow?
Yep. Ooh, splits and then attacks with the wrong stack. Oh, green going for the purple kill and gets it. GG's to finish joke for Team Northeastern Europe. Well played to Earl Harper taking the purple kill. For Saudi Arabia. That's 3 points for green. Can they turn this into a 70% run? Or do they have another kill that they can bag? Doesn't really look like they have another kill. They're going to have to turn this into a 70 run. It looks like they might have the 72. Going to split 4 that direction. 59% of the board, 61% of the board. Wins the 4v2. Wins the 3v1. 66, 67. Where's the last territory? 69. Still needs one more. Where can that 7 go? Going to 7v9 for game? Trying to find it. Doesn't seem to have it. Very close. Needs to double tap the 5 and the 7 on the 9. I think was the only play there to try and bag it. So we see a big trade from Scotland.
Whose turn, Dad? Whose turn?
It's White's turn now.
Yeah, it's White's turn.
Yep. So does White have the run here, or do they have a kill? Baby, this is painful. Yeah, 69%. Doesn't look like they have a kill. They're just going to run the 70. On 35% of the board, halfway there. They need 22 more territories.
Not the colorants. Need red, need blue, purple, need green, need blue, need
Good pathing here from Scotland.
Need green, need blue, good singing.
But I don't think they have quite enough troops to finish the run here. I think they needed to go for a kill. So this is going to send it over to South Africa. Does South Africa have a set on 3? If not, I think the G just finishes blue and takes the W here. White upset that they couldn't get more than 61%. And Gustavo Dan for South Africa has the set on 3 for 35 troops.
Dad.
Can he bag the 70 run here? Needs to move as fast as possible.
I was sleeping.
He's got a wide open board.
Dad.
Needs to not stop for anything.
Dad, I was sleeping.
I know, baby girl's sleeping, but South Africa might win this game, big guy. That's a...
Geeky.
Yeah? Hey, whose turn is it now?
Yellow's turn.
It's Yellow's turn. Yep, South Africa moving way too slow here. Hasn't been practicing speed with his teammates. We see a text chat recommendation. Tanner hopped in the VC with the G and is reminding G to try to pick up the blue kill if South Africa fails, which it looks like South Africa's going to fail on time. Troop animation's on. Yep. This is not a win. Yeah. Yellow is too slow. Does not know how to attack quickly. So USA 4 for the G is going to get a chance to run it with the 40 set. Probably also going to pick up the blue kill on the way. Should have it too. The game as well as the blue kill has been pretty well fed to USA 4 here. But I'm sure they're not complaining. Going to maximize their turn timer. Could potentially also pick up the green kill. Green's only on 12% of the board. But going to make sure he doesn't fail the kill that he certainly does have. Alright. GG's to Talical for the Bosnia team. And well played to the G taking the second bounty of this game. Talical didn't have a set on 4 anyway. Forces the G to trade his wild card in. But this does appear to be the last turn, so it doesn't seem like it matters all that much. I think if you're the G, you pick up the green kill and finish the 70 run. But he's just going to go ahead and finish the 70 run. Not going to bother risking the guaranteed 15 points to maybe pick up 3 more. Looks like we got some good pathing here. 64% of the board. Yeah, he's got plenty of the board to take to win this. Yep. Might have had 6 more. Yeah, could have maybe picked up white and green.
Pick up white and green?
But he bags 1 kill and 70.